of time, when is the best time to book my driving test? Assuming you've got the luxury of options when to choose to book the test, is there a better time to book the test? Is it morning time when it's very busy at peak time, or afternoon peak time, or is it when it's quiet, maybe around, let's say 10 a.m. thereabouts? When is the best time to actually book the test? My usual response is there isn't the best time, to be honest. You just need to be prepared to deal with every kind of road situation that you can come across during the test. And that's where your preparation comes in. Make sure you work with your instructor, or if you know what to expect, what to prepare for in terms of the test. If you're working privately with family and friends, make sure you cover every possible angle that you're expected to prepare for the test. And if you're prepared or well prepared for the test, it doesn't really matter what time of the day you're booking your test for. You should be able to pass. Finger crossed. And if you think it works for you to book your test for, let's say, peak time in the morning, and you think you're going to pass your test because you think, because it's quite busy, there'll be less drive to do, less hazard on the road, by all means you can. But my advice is, make sure you know what is expected of you before you actually book or attend the driving test. Also, there's a category of people that believe it's better off to book the test between the hour of, let's say, 7 and 10, simply because they will not be allowed to use the bus lane. Again, I'm very indifferent about this one. I would rather sit on the fence, because I know it's an extra task to decide whether or not you're allowed to use the bus lane. Assuming you just choose to book, you choose to book your test for any time of the day, then you're going to have to ensure that you're allowed to use the bus lane rather at that time of the day, or you're not allowed to use it. If you believe it's easier for you to book your test for 7 to 10 a.m., which is generally when you're not allowed to use the bus lane, so you can avoid the bus lane, so you know even before you start your test that you'll not be allowed to use the bus lane, by all means you can. However, you still need to learn to read the bus lane signage to check for when the bus lane has actually come to an end. Because if the bus lane comes to an end and you fail to go back to the left lane, and you drive up to 1 mile on the right lane, which is the next lane to the bus lane, or the left lane in this case because the bus lane has come to an end, you might also fail your test for that singular reason. So again, you still need to learn to reach the signage, at least from 7 to 10 a.m. to the left lane, to go back to the left lane, so that you don't get penalized for lack of lane discipline. So the summary of this video is, feel free to choose any time of the day to book the test. Just make sure you're ready to deal with all kinds of hazard that you can possibly come across during your test. Do you know how to deal with the cyclist? Do you know how to be lane disciplined? Do you know when to choose to use the bus lane, when not to use the bus lane? Do you know how to deal with junctions, observations? Do you know your order of priority on the road? Can you do parallel park? Can you do bay parking safely? Can you do parking on the right and reversing? Can you perform an emergency stop? Do you know what to do after you've done the emergency stop? Things like this is what really matters when you're preparing for your test. So I hope this video helps, and I will see you in the next video, and all the very best for your test in the next attempt. See you in the next one. Bye.